Hello, friends. How are we doing? Happy Wednesday. Hey, hi. I hope everyone's enjoying the nice week off that we get here. I hope you're doing some fun stuff. Hi there. How's it going? Cat cam. Yes. Tonight we get cat cam and face cam and just general camera. Yeah, I have a webcam finally, so you get to see that in a little bit. I'm fine. I hope you are as well. Yeah, the weather has been kind of off and on where I live, but at least, I mean, it's been kind of rainy, but I did get to plant some stuff this weekend. So, like, got to plant some stuff in the yard. And the rain is giving it some nice watering now. So, I should get some really nice flowers coming up in a little bit. My pets are doing well. Yeah, I'm sure you'll get to see at least the cat here in a little bit. Hello, Pink Star. How are ya? Oh my goodness, it snowed. Yeah, it actually snowed where I live a couple days ago too. It was so wild. I just planted a bunch of stuff in the yard, and then I wake up and there's snow on the ground, and I'm like, well, oh. Hey, no man. Yes, I am live. We're just not quite started yet. We usually like to give folks a little bit of time to get into the stream and also, get through any ads that they might get when they first log on. Hey, yeah, channel points. As we have learned, these channel points can be pretty powerful. In which, in my last stream, a loyal viewer cashed in 10,000 channel points and made me buy a webcam. So, Ryan Hawkins, this is for you if you are on stream. I hope they're able to join tonight. If not, that's totally fine. I will be using the webcam, going forward. Indeed. Thanks, Ryan. Indeed. And the cat is here too. You'll see him in a minute. Yeah, Chenpo, same here. It's really rare for it to snow where I live in April as well. It was so weird. It is a cat. Yes, this is my cat, Bart. He likes to make himself known whenever I am talking on stream. He likes to remind you that he can talk as well. Yes. Kitty, don't go away. Come back. Yeah, yeah. They want to see you. They'll see you in a minute. Hey, Rascal. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Rascal. What are you up to today? What were you working on? Doing more Code Wars? Hello, Lou. Hi, Rascal. What were you up to, Rascal? All right. The big day has come. Ryan cashed in his channel points. I don't even know if Ryan is on stream today, but that's all right. We'll have the webcam going forward. So, yeah, let's get this thing going. All right. Hello, Prime Movers. Welcome. All right, I'm picking up the cat, so you get your cat cam and your face cam at the same time. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. As promised, you get my brand new webcam and you get the cat cam. Here, Bart, look at the camera, buddy. Look. Kitty. There you go. There he is. This is the kitty that you guys keep hearing on stream. This is Bart. He loves people. He loves attention. And yeah, he's very much an attention hog. And The bot just reminded me that I need to turn on my closed captions, so I apologize. I forgot to do that. Let me get those turned on. And also, check out the shirt. Check it. We got the 100 Devs merch in the mail. I got it a few days ago, and I'm excited to be able to wear it on stream today. It turned out pretty good. Yeah, you can't see it past the cat, but... There it is. There we go. Yeah. So I hope everyone gets the chance to get some of the merch. The print quality is pretty good. I actually used to work for an e-commerce printing company. So we made shirts, and so I can generally kind of tell print quality pretty well. And thank you. Thank you, Grimo. Yeah, so I can generally tell like print quality pretty well. I think this is like, it's good print quality. I think when you're washing it, you probably are going to want to, if you get one, you're probably going to want to make sure you turn it inside out and wash it on gentle. The print is actually not very thick. It's very soft and flexible, which is nice, but that could also mean that it might fall apart in the wash if you're not careful with it. So in the washer, I would suggest, turn it inside out and wash it on gentle and like cool water. So yeah, this is Bart, and let's see if I can get my dog in here. Hey bud. So you can see his nose. That's my dog Ben. He's a poodle. Yeah, it did come out really nice. Yes. Yeah. This is Ben. He's a poodle. You can't really see him. I can't really have him get any closer because he'd get tangled in the cords, but yeah. Yep. So I've got 2 dogs and a cat, and like I said before, I also foster kittens for the Humane Society. So if you hang around the Discord, I might be posting pictures of the kittens here pretty soon once they're a little older. Yeah. Here he is. There we go. There you go. Say hi, buddy. Yeah. There we go. Good boys. How to get a cat. Well, like I say, I foster for the local animal shelter. So check out your local shelter. And if you're interested in fostering, if you like kittens, and if you have a little bit of free space in your house, like maybe a spare bedroom, you can absolutely foster cats and kittens for your local shelter. A lot of times they're very much in need of fosters, especially for kittens, because they just don't have the manpower to care for small kittens that are vulnerable. And mama cats get stressed out in the shelter. So this is my little PSA to say, hey, if you have a spare room and a little bit of, or even a little bit of extra space, think about fostering for your local Humane Society. Oh, you have 2 cats. That's so nice. Yeah, Bart is 13. He's 13. He might be 14 by now. But yeah, Bart is, he's a senior boy. He doesn't act like it, but I've had him almost his entire life. I got him from the animal shelter when he was like 9 months old. And yeah, he's a great boy. Just loud. He's a good boy and he knows it. Hey, Silent. Hello. How are you today? He is handsome, I know, and he knows he's handsome. Oh, Desi, that's okay. Yeah, if you're allergic, there's nothing you can do about that. Black line, yeah. So as far as the print, I don't think this is it's not a screen print as far as I can tell. I believe it's actually a digital print. So, from a digital printer. When I took it out of the package, it smelled a little bit like vinegar. So it may be like a cornet print. Yeah. And so, digital prints generally hold up decent depending on how well the garment was prepped before it was printed on. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know how it holds up in the wash. You have a couch kitten. Friend fostered them and I adopted her. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, Silent. I'm doing well. Like I said, I was talking a little bit before the stream started, and I planted a few things in my garden over the weekend in my backyard, and then it snowed, like on Tuesday or something like that. And so I was like, oh no. Yeah, so that was unexpected. But luckily, I think everything I planted was seeds, so hopefully it didn't get nothing was sprouting, so nothing got killed by the snow. But that was interesting. It does not usually snow in April where I live, so I'm in the Midwest. Hey, Dumpster, welcome. Yeah, doesn't it? That merch is so good. I love the design. It's really nice. I hope Leon is able to offer some more. I think he mentioned might be going with another supplier, so they might be able to give him, a little bit larger stock. We'll see. Yeah. Well, Reed, I actually used to look a lot more like my profile pic. I had very short hair and I wore glasses. I haven't cut my hair since the pandemic started, just because I don't really feel comfortable going to a salon and having somebody like up in my face, But yeah, I'm actually more comfortable with very short hair. Sort of like if you've seen Rufio, sort of like how they style their hair. That's actually more how I like to do it. But the pandemic means I haven't been able to get a haircut. And my dog is walking in with a squeaky toy, so you might hear that in the background. But yeah, normally, short hair. Yeah, and actually I have another dog, and my other dog is black. So somehow I ended up with black furred animals, and it wasn't something I intended. Hey, Ben, get down please, buddy. Hey. He wants to eat the cat food. But yeah, it wasn't something I intended. I actually got so Bart came from my parents. They had him for a while, and then they decided they couldn't handle a cat anymore. And so I took him from my parents, and I adopted my other dog, who's a greyhound. I adopted him from the track. I didn't get a choice of what color he was. And then the dog Ben that you saw, he just happened to I just happened to be black. I mean, I didn't really I wasn't like, oh yes, I want, black furred animals to have a theme, right? But nope. It just happened that way. Oh, Code Ludo. Yeah. And actually too, I want to thank, there's a couple of folks that subscribed to me, paid subscriptions while I was off stream. So I want to make sure I thank them. So Butterbean Rumba, which is a great username. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. And then also we have one more. Let me find them. Hang on. I got to scroll back a little bit. Court BWMN. Thank you so much for subscribing. And also I said I was going to turn my captions and I didn't. Hang on. I'm going to get those on right now before I forget. Okay. Turning them on. There we go. They should turn on in just a second. Okay, so captions should be on. You can enable or disable them with the little pop-up on the right of your on the right of the stream window. So hopefully that helps some folks if you want some captions. Okay, yay, good deal. Okay, so I've said hello, but we aren't here to just talk at each other. We're here to do some Code Wars. So let's go ahead and get going. If you guys don't know, this week, I normally, if you haven't been on my stream before, I normally like to stream projects related to the 100 Devs course. But this week we're on a break. The course is on a break, so I'm kind of taking a break too. And we're just doing some Code Wars. We're chilling out. We're doing fun 8Q JavaScript Code Wars. Oh, good, Reed. Yeah, let's do them together. And so my goal this week has been to try to get through all of the 8Q level JavaScript Code War problems. And there's about 390 of them in total. And I have 150 left. It's halfway through the week, so I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I feel like I'm pretty much on track. I have 150 left. But as you go through them, I'm kind of doing them in order of popularity. So as you go through them, they tend to get harder because you get into the ones that are less popular. So it's slower going as I go, but we're getting there. So maybe y'all can help me if I get stuck. Rufio, what's up? Hello, it's Rufio, is my fellow stream team member here at 100 Devs, and they're awesome, super chill, super funny. Definitely check out their streams when they're live. Yeah. How many 8Qs have I done? Well, what's 390 minus 150? 240? Yeah, so about 240. Right? Yeah. I can't math. That's why I have the computer do math for me. Stream team, yeah. All right, let's see if I missed anything in chat here, and then we'll switch over to Code Wars. Okay. The kitty is still on my lap, by the way. You just can't see him. Some of the 8Qs are just bonkers. The ASCII, yeah. When you get into like the character conversions and stuff like that, it can get kind of wild. Okay. All right. Well, good to have you all. Let's go ahead and get going. Let me switch my screens here. Alrighty. Let me scoot up a little. Okay, here we go. So I just started this problem before I started my stream here. Oh, and also thank you. Oh, hey Ryan. Oh, yay, Ryan! You just missed the cat. Did you see the cat when you got on? Because Ryan, thank Ryan for making this whole webcam thing. Making this whole webcam thing happen. Ryan spent the channel points, and so I fulfilled my promise with the channel points to get a webcam. Did you? Yeah, I got a Leon shirt. Yeah, I was quick on that credit card info. Ryan, did you see the cat? I'm sure he'll be back. He's always back. And also thank you to all my subscribers because you guys literally helped pay for the webcam. So everyone who's subscribed to me, you all have helped pay for the webcam. So thank you so much. I couldn't do it without you. What's the name of the code war I'm working on? Here, I'll send you the link. Oh, yeah. Kasava asked how to send Code Wars to GitHub. Rufio, go to Hello, it's Rufio's channel, my fellow stream team member. They have a whole stream about how to send Code Wars to GitHub. So, yeah, absolutely. Check them out. They have VODs on their channel. So, yeah, check it out there. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. So, this question is create a function that returns the CSV representation of a two-dimensional numeric array. So we can see here that they give us an example of the input. And what's interesting here is that we can see that the input is an array, but the way it's structured is that it's actually like a nested array. So we can see that there's, little arrays inside each individual array item. And then what they want for the output is essentially what looks like strings on multiple lines. And the array length is always greater than 2. But this is, when you get into like textual outputs, when they want you to output text with like characters in it and stuff like that, it's sometimes hard to tell exactly what they want, and it's very easy to get it wrong. So what we can do here is we can also look down at the test cases that are available down here and look at the inputs as well as the outputs. And this is a really great way, as I've said before, it's a really great way to make sure that you're giving them what they want by literally looking at the test cases and the test outputs. Yeah, exactly, Chu King. Yeah. And that's kind of what I noticed too, is that look down here. So up here, it looks like they want like maybe strings with like plus signs in between them, right? But what they actually want is one long string with new line characters at the end of, each like array, at the end of each nested array group. So they want us to concatenate all the array items and then put new line characters in between them. So yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes what they actually want, right? And so, yeah, we can, and also too, another thing here, look at this. So, some of the inputs that they're going to be passing in have spaces in between the characters as well. So like this, you can see this first one here, there's spaces in between those. But they want us to we're going to also have to remove the spaces. You can see that they put in like some spaces at random, like right here. So they're trying to be sneaky there, right? Trying to trip you up. And that's what can sometimes be frustrating about these, right? And so, yeah, we just got to be careful about that. So essentially what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take each array, and then we're going to have to go in and take each item in that. So we're going to have to take the array, take each item in that array, and remove the spaces, turn them into strings, and then add the new line character at the end of each array item. Yeah, one giant multi-line string, exactly. Yeah, but we're going to need to be converting it into strings, though. So, the spaces may not matter because they're numbers, but we're going to be turning it into a string, so we need to be careful of that, right? Lost one. Well, it's good to have you here anyway. Think those spaces are for the alignment? They might be, yeah. All right, well, let's just try it. Let's see what, let's dig in. So, I know I could probably use for each. I just like to use for loops. So let I equal 0 and I less than array dot length and I plus plus, all the usual suspects. And what we're going to want to do is essentially for each item, right? So array I, we're going to want to do some stuff to it. So we're going to want to, let's see if we can do a join, right? Because we're going to want to, because if we've done this a lot with strings, right? You take it, you split it, you do some stuff to it, and then you join it back together to turn it back into a string. And so let's try just doing a join here. Array join, and hopefully what that'll do is I'll just get rid of the spaces and it'll smack it together into a string, right? We'll test that in a minute. And then what we're going to want to do is, so that'll take care of each array item. And so let's just console log that and we'll see what we end up with. Let's console log array. So we'll go through, I know this isn't done yet, but I just want to see what we have. Hey, Dan Code, welcome. Glad you're able to join the live stream. Yeah, the t-shirt is rad, I know. I hope everybody gets the chance to get one. Okay, let's try it. Oh, and I didn't return anything. Wait, no, I didn't. No. Okay, so that didn't work. That's okay. So we're going to need to do some more stuff to this. So just doing a join didn't work, but let's try more of a hard conversion to a string. Let's try this. This is kind of how I was thinking about doing it from the get-go, but I thought I would just try it the simpler way first. So we'll split. So what we're going to do is we're just going to force this to be a string. We're going to split it and on the spaces and then join. Oh, duh. And also I didn't, I know what I did. Hang on. I didn't set array. Jeepers. I didn't reassign the array item. I'm a dingus. There we go. Let's try this. Hey, okay. Okay, cool. So that's better. Yeah, so what that did is it converted it to a string as expected, but we lost our commas. So I'm going to want to just let's try this instead. Yeah, that's better. So now we've got our individual items as strings, and now the last thing we just need to do is, so we've got our individual items the way we want them, right? And the last thing we need to do is add the new line character at the very end. So the last thing we need to do is outside of the loop, just say array.join. And we want to, so this is going to take each of the items and join them together with our new line string. So slash new line. There we go. Let's try this. Oh, and I need to return it as well. Hey, check it. We got it. Yeah, and Chew, that's what this is going to do. That's why that worked, because we did a join and it put that new line character at the end of each of the chunks of each of the chunk strings that we created. Hey Rufio, hey, I've been wondering for a bit what you mean by being a SQL dev. I only know of SQL in terms of SQL versus NoSQL databases. Is SQL just the programming language that MySQL uses? Is what I do as a SQL dev, backend web development? Yeah, so that's a really great question. So SQL, yeah, SQL is a database language, and it's used to manipulate those SQL and NoSQL databases. Well, actually, SQL databases. And it's kind of interesting because it's a very focused application type of language. So it's mainly used for, for just manipulating relational databases. It's very powerful for that. There's different versions of SQL, like Microsoft has a version called T-SQL. Oracle has a version called PL-SQL. There's an open source version called Postgres or PostgreSQL. And yeah, it's a SQL. When you just say SQL straight up, it's kind of just like a universal standard, like Mirkal said, it's kind of like a universal standard language just to query relational databases. But then there's different flavors, like there are of many other languages, and it's pretty. It's pretty powerful, but it's also pretty limited. So like that's what I've really liked about JavaScript is that JavaScript is you can do so much with JavaScript, like just a crazy amount, right? And crazy amount of different applications, whereas SQL is pretty focused. SQL is also actually a declarative language. So basically what you do is you tell the computer what you want to do. You say, hey, computer, go fetch such and such and such data, fields in such an order from such a location. Like you're telling it what to do, but you're not telling it how to do it. Versus like with JavaScript, you're basically telling the computer how to fetch the data back and in what manner, using what methods you want that data fetched back. So it's a different way of thinking about programming. And up until I started this cohort, SQL was the only language I had ever used. I'd never used any other programming languages just because I learned everything on the job, just knowing what I needed to know. So yeah, this has been a fun adventure for me, branching out into more traditional programming. Rascal mentioned, oh yeah, you can do trim or slice. Yeah. So getting rid of that, getting rid of the new line at the end, if you didn't want to do a join, yeah. Can relational databases be done with NoSQL, or is it just with SQL? So NoSQL is generally the term that's used to describe non-relational databases, from what I understand. I actually don't have a lot of familiarity with NoSQL type databases, but they're more of like the stuff we're going to learn in our 100 devs cohort, which is more of like MongoDB and stuff like that, that have more like JSON type access to that data. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about them. I've only ever worked with relational databases, which use SQL as their access language. Different applications, you can't query a database with JS. Well, yeah, I mean, use JSON. You can use JSON to hit a NoSQL database. So, I mean, there's that. Chu King, I actually don't know what GraphQL is. Is that it sounds like a mathematical type application of SQL. Is that right? Yeah, NoSQL uses a totally different query language, and every NoSQL database is very different. Yeah, exactly. NoSQL databases, from what I understand, are very flexible in how they store things, because you don't need those traditional data relationships like you do in a classic relational database. You can be very loose with how you store things. Yeah, so those types of databases can be very flexible and very different from each other. Yeah. Okie dokie. Hi, Indifferent. Welcome. Didn't see you there. Oh, QL is an API query language that sits between your front end and the back end API. Oh, neat. Conflict, hello, welcome. Okay, let's go ahead and attempt this. I just did the test. We actually haven't attempted yet, so let's see if this works. Hey, woo, we got it. Go us. We're the best. All right, this one was fun, so I'll go ahead and rate that. And also, too, don't forget to rate your katas. Every time you do a Code Wars, rate it, because that gets you an extra point, a whole extra point, which is a big deal. So, oh, nice. Look at this solution. I didn't need to go through all that nonsense. So simple. Oh well, they usually are. Okay, let's see the next one. Gotta love type coercion. I know. Yeah, the extra points truly add up. If you look at the leaderboards, you'll see like me, like I'm in the top 100 leaderboard, but I'm still a 5Q, and there's folks in 4Q that are lower than me just because they haven't been rating their katas. So rate your katas, get the extra points, you know, rank up. Hey, see you film. I'm doing well. Hope you are as well. Yeah, and you can go back through your completed katas too. If you didn't know you could get those extra points, you can go back through your completed katas and just rate them after the fact. All right, let's do the next one. An NBA game runs 48 minutes. Players sub in and out. Your job is to extrapolate a player's points per game if they played the full 48 minutes. Write a function that takes two arguments, PPG or points per game, and MPG or minutes per game, okay? And returns a straight extrapolation of points per game per 48 minutes rounded to the nearest tenth, okay? Gonna have to read some test cases on this one. Okay, so the first argument is points per game, and the next one is minutes per game. Oh, okay. So I think it's all right. So this is a good example here. So 10 points and 10 minutes. Now, if they had played full 48 minutes, then we expect they would have got 48 points because 1 point per minute. So, yeah. Okay. Let's do it. All right. So this should be a one-liner. So we're going to return, well, I think it's just going to be PPG divided by MPG times 48, right? Now, I may have to round that off. We'll see if it yells at me. Oh, what is this here? Oh, they even have certain players that Russell Westbrook and Kemba Walker. Okay. I don't really know sports, but I think I've heard those names before. So let's try it. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to round it off. I always forget. As it, what's the round? If I do, I have to look that up. All right. Round to 1 decimal place JavaScript. Oh, okay, that'll work. Math round, whatever, divided by 10. Yeah. I always forget how to do that. Okay, I'll just put that down here. Math round, put some parentheses there. And then sub that in. There, that should work. And then we'll put a return in front of that. And test. Nope, I must have screwed something up. Expected not a number to equal 0. Oh, it must be because of this one here. So if PPG equals, well, I think it's really, we don't want to divide by 0. So if PPG is 0, then return 0, else do the other thing. Let's try that. Hey, got it. All right. Oh, Rassel, that's interesting. So you only rank up by gaining score, and you only gain score by completing katas. So the extra point that you get from rating is good for honor and position on the leaderboard, but not for getting your rank up. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, and other folks also suggested 2 fixed as well to get the decimal points. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and also, too, probably the safer test, you're right, Chu King, probably the safer test is MPG, right? Because you can't divide by 0, so let's change that. There we go. Still works. Yay! All right. Let's see what vicious one-liners people have come up with. Yep, and they used 2 fixed, so let's see what they did. So return, yeah, and they did the 2 fixed, but also if you do use 2 fixed, that's a great solution. You can see they did it to essentially limit it to 1 decimal, right? But when you use 2 fixed, you need to be careful because that converts it to a string. So what they've done here is they did the same calculation, 2 fixed, 1 decimal point, and then they use the unary operator, the plus, to convert it to back to a number, right? Yeah, and so but then they also added the OR condition here. So if it's not a number, right, if there's like a divide by 0 condition, then it returns 0 instead. Yeah, so that's a great solution as well. Yeah, that OR 0 is always fun, and it's just not the kind of thing you just think of, right? And that's okay. Like, we don't have to think of this stuff. It's cool to look at, and it's cool to remember. And if you remember to use it, that's awesome. But there's nothing wrong with just doing it the traditional way, as long as you solve it. All right, that was fun. Let's do another one. And we'll plan to take a break around 9 o'clock or at the top of the next hour. So 9 o'clock Eastern. And I imagine we're not going to go any later than 10 o'clock tonight. We are on break after all, right? Oh my goodness. Okay. This is a long one. Oh, you found the Fresh Prince answer. Yes, that's still my favorite question of all time. It was like a super simple question here on Codewars, and in the answer, somebody typed out the entire lyrics to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air song as a comment, and then like put the answer below it, and it was just the best thing I've ever seen. Okay, so my washing machine uses water to wash clothes. Fair enough. You're given the load that you're washing. It's just the amount of clothes to wash. Okay, sure. For each single item of the load above the standard amount of clothes, the washing machine will use 10% more water. Fair. If the amount of clothes is 10, the amount of water it requires is 5, and the load is 14, then you need 5 times 1.1, so 10% more. Oh, and I see, so it's an exponent then. Interesting. That seems excessive, but sure. All right, so work on how much water is needed when you have clothes, amount of clothes. The function will accept 3 parameters, water, load, and clothes. Fair. The washing machine is an old model that can only handle double the amount of load, or max load. If the amount of clothes is more than 2 times the standard amount of load, return too much clothes. The washing machine also cannot handle cannot handle any amount of clothes less than load. If that's the case, return not enough clothes. Okay. All right. So, okay, so we can see it. We can look at the test cases down here and we can see examples of the edge cases there. So, at the bottom, we see there's one here where it says too much clothes, and we can see that the load is 10 and the clothes are 21, so that's more than double. So that hits the top edge case. And then the next one is, again, load of 10, clothes are 2, and so it's not enough clothes. Okay, so that makes sense. I'm following there. So let's take care of the edge cases first. So we'll just write a ternary for that. Let's do... so load, oh, no, clothes, 2 times clothes, oops, 2 times clothes is, wait, no, sorry, clothes is greater than, yeah, clothes is greater than 2 times load, yeah, 2 times load. Okay, then we return too much clothes. I'm going to literally copy this straight out of the test case because you never know if they're going to try to throw a curveball at you. So too much clothes. And else, then we also want to check for the other edge case of, actually, and I don't think I want to do this as a ternary. I think I want to do this as a classic if statement. Rascal says, I try to avoid all the problems tagged with mathematics. Yeah, since I'm not a math person either, but since I'm doing every single one of them, I figure I just gotta, bang my head against the wall until I get it. So now we can figure this out. We've got it. We can do this. All right. Actually, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this as a traditional if statement since we have, just for clarity's sake. So if clothes is greater than 2 times load, then we want to just return too much clothes, right? Else if clothes is less than load, right? Because I think if it's equal, then it's okay, but we'll see. Then we want to return not enough clothes. And then now that we've taken care of those edge cases, then finally we can go into the actual calculation. So, oh, thanks, Ryan. Yeah, I've got my tea here in my NASA mug. My giant NASA mug. It holds like a ridiculous amount of tea. I love it. I have another giant mug too, but it's got a naughty word on it, so I figured I probably shouldn't have that on the stream. All right, so the actual calculation then is, so amount of clothes is 10. All right, so essentially we want to take the water required, right? So water, and what's interesting is they don't have parentheses around this, so we're going to have to play around with that and see what we get. I'm thinking this feels like it should have parentheses around it. So like water times 1.1, then exponent whatever. But we'll see. That might be the wrong approach. All right. So then the next thing is if the load is 14 minus... So, okay. So load... amount of clothes is 10, the amount of water it requires is 5, and the load is 14, then it's going to be 4. So load minus, that seems backwards, but 14 minus clothes. Yeah, okay, I guess that's right. Is it? Because I thought earlier they were having us calculate if clothes is less than load, then return not enough clothes. Well, we'll try it. Okay. I think we've got the basics set up, right? And now we just need to tweak it until we get it right. I'm going to double check this too. Yeah, because the washing machine cannot handle any amount of clothes less than load. But here they're telling us that the clothes are 10 and the load is 14. I think it should be the other way around, but let's try it. Yeah, that's what I figured. All right, let's try the other way. I think it's supposed to be this way. Ooh, that's a big number. All right, let's move the parenthesis. There it is. We got it. Yay, we got it. And because the instructions were wrong. As far as I can tell, the instructions are wrong. Now we just need to round it. So this time we'll use 2 fixed, like y'all mentioned last time. So we're going to do water. I'm going to put parentheses around this. And we're going to go 2 fixed, 2 fixed. And now I want to show you guys, if you haven't used 2 fixed before, I want to show you what happens if I just put 2 fixed at the end, 2 decimal places. That's what we want, right? Let's see what happens here. Yeah, so look at this. You see it returns the right number, but it's a string. So all we need to do is just add our little unary operator at the front. We add the little plus sign, and what that does is if it can read it as a number, it will output a number. Bink. We got it. Yay, math. Props to y'all for sticking with me, and those instructions are wrong on that. I'm going to double check that, but I'm pretty darn sure they're wrong. Load is 14. Yeah, it's backwards. All right, well, we haven't attempted it yet. I'm not going to celebrate too much, but let's attempt. Sometimes they throw in curveballs, but this time we got it. I figured we could do it. Because we're awesome, so. Well, Dan Code, when you get these long questions like this, it can seem really daunting at first because you're just like, it's a wall of text. But if you just look at the test cases, see if you can, parse out the parts of the question from the test cases so you can be sure and understand what they want. And yeah, just try to break it down, try to cut through all the nonsense that they give you. So let's submit it. Hey, I'm going to say somewhat on this one just because the instructions clearly have an error. And I see there's a lot of discourse on this one. People are really talking about it and probably trying to get somebody to fix it. So yeah. All right, next one. Oh boy, more math. I sense math. Oh, I missed the answer. Oh man, somebody had a good answer on the I'll have to go back and look. And then choose. Yeah. Okay, this function takes, well, we don't even read these first. We don't allow ourselves the ability to choose whether or not we want to do it. We just go. We don't get got, we go get. So we dive right in. All right, so this function takes 2 numbers as parameters, the first number being the coefficient and the second number being the exponent. Ugh, I smell math. Your function should multiply the 2 numbers and then subtract 1 from the exponent. Okay. Then it has to print out the expression. All right, so let's just see what they want here. It should multiply the 2 numbers and then subtract 1 from the exponent. Okay. So let's just look. Okay, so if they pass in 7 and 8, it should output 56x exponent 7. And then 5, 9, okay, 45. Yeah, all right, that makes sense. So let's do that. All right, return. Now we can do this. Let's do this using a template literal. So we're gonna go ahead and do our backticks, right? And we can do our operations inside of the I don't know the $ curly bracket thingies. So we can do our operation inside of here. So we'll do, Why did I have to make their parameter names so long? Coefficient times exponent, right? And coefficient times exponent, and then there's an x, and then there's an caret thingy, and then we also want to return the exponent minus 1, right? That should theoretically do it. Let's try it, see what we get. They don't actually want us to do any math here other than the multiplication. So this is one of those, this is like a question where it looks scary at first, right? Because you're like coefficients, exponents, algebra, but really they're not asking us to do any math. They're just asking us to print the thing out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, LOL, I know. Yeah, we got it. Hey, C films, if math is fun for you, that is awesome. Yeah. It's fun. Math is fun for me when I can figure out an elegant way to make a computer do the math for me. So so if I can figure out a way for a computer to do the math for me, then that makes me happy. If I have to do it by hand, I'm less happy. Oh, this one looks interesting. Holiday 6 Shark Pontoon. Sounds like a bad B movie. First Straight. Yeah, that's right. I got to see what this one's about. Not even going to read it. Just going to dive in. Sharks. All right. Your friend invites you out to a cool floating pontoon around 1 kilometer off the beach. Among other things, this pontoon has a huge slide that drops you right out into the ocean, a small way from a set of stairs used to climb out. As you plunge out of the slide into the water, you see a shark hovering in the darkness under the pontoon. Oh no! You need to work out if the shark will get to you before you can get to the pontoon. Oh boy. To make it easier, as you do the mental calculations in the water, you either freeze when you realize you're dead or swim when you realize you can make it. Okay. Hey, Pritoka, welcome. Yeah, I'm with 100 Devs, the Learn with Leon cohort. I'm on the stream team, so I'm associated with the cohort, and I stream about topics that we talk about in class. Since we're actually on a break this week, 100 Devs is on a break, I'm just doing Codewars. But yeah, normally I like to stream about projects and things that we talk about in class. I build fun stuff and teach, do kind of fun lessons about stuff we talk about in class. So welcome, Pritoka. All right, so we've got 5 variables. We got shark distance. Distance from the shark to the pontoon. That alert is really loud. I need to fix that. The shark will eat you if it reaches you before you can escape to the pontoon. Shark speed, how fast it can move in meters per second. Pontoon distance, how far you need to swim. Your speed, a dolphin. If it's true, you can have the swimming distance of the shark as the dolphin will attack it. Or swimming speed of the shark, okay. The pontoon, you and the shark are all aligned in one direction. All right, let's give it a try. Oh, Blue, did I miss seeing your cat? Yeah, he was on earlier. I had him on my lap for a little bit. I'm sure he'll come back. He never stays away for too long, so. Laylo, thanks for providing the soundtrack, Laylo. Much appreciated. Hey, Ray. Yeah, I do smile a lot. Yeah. I think I'm just a kind of a naturally smiley person, and I think it makes my voice sound better when I smile more, so. Verbally. Yeah. Am I pushing my Codewars to get? I'll admit I saved the interesting ones in a code pen, but I've just been doing so many so fast that I haven't been keeping up with pushing them to get. That's one of those things I'm kind of dreading. This weekend is going to be me pushing a ton to get. Yeah. Okay, so let's do some stuff here. All right, so first thing is pontoon distance, so 12 let's see, pontoon distance is meters. Okay, so good thing we're keeping our units at least consistent here. So pontoon distance, shark distance is 50, speed meters per second. And what is the 8? The 8 is, oh, U speed, shark speed. Okay, all right. Rascal has shared the VOD in case you have to see the kitty now. Yeah, you can always click on the VOD and go back in time a little bit and to the start of the stream when the cat was on the stream. So okay, so let's do this. All right, so pontoon distance is 12. Shark distance is 50. So essentially the distance from, and the shark distance is what? Shark distance is from the shark to the pontoon. Okay, so the distance from, let's just do, I'll call it, well, I'm probably not going to end up using this variable, but I just want to declare it to keep track of things. So attack distance is going to equal shark distance minus pontoon distance, right? Because the shark distance is the distance from the shark to the pontoon, and pontoon distance is the distance from you to the pontoon. So the distance from you to the shark is that. So, okay, so that tells us that. And then U speed and shark speed are going to need to coincide, right? So we're going to need to essentially, the speed that the shark is closing in on me would be essentially close. I'm going to declare another variable here. Closing distance is going to equal the shark speed minus my speed, because I'm assuming that the shark is always going to be faster than me. I mean, just realistically. Let's look. If we look at the test cases, I think that's probably going to be true. Yeah, I'm sure I can't swim faster than a shark. So, shark speed minus U speed. Okay, so attack distance is that, closing distance is that, and then really we just have to see if the shark can. Essentially, it's going to be attack distance divided by. Let's see. So it'll be. Can I make it to the pontoon in time? So how long it will take me to get to the pontoon is essentially the distance divided by my speed, right? So, oh, hey, Edward, welcome. So pontoon, let's see, safety time. Is going to be, that'll be pontoon distance divided by speed, right? Me speed. Yeah, if dolphin is true, then shark speed divided by 2. Yeah, you're right. Yep, we'll incorporate that in a minute. Not with that attitude. I think no matter what my attitude is, I'm not going to be able to outswim a shark. Bye, Pink Star. Be sure to catch the VOD later. All right, so let's see. I need to think about this. There's so many variables. All right, so closing distance. So essentially, the question is, can the shark catch me before I reach the pontoon, right? So essentially, if can the shark close the attack distance, right? Can the shark close the attack distance before in essentially less time than the time it takes me to reach safety, right? So so shark time and I'm declaring a lot of variables here, I'm just thinking through it. So shark time is essentially the time it takes for the shark to catch me is going to be attack distance divided by, I should say, actually I should call this closing speed. Attack distance divided by closing speed, right? Because that's how long it'll take it to, that's how many seconds it'll take to reach me. Thanks. Michael Phelps tried to outswim a shark? Wow. Okay, so essentially if safety time is less than shark time, then I make it. Else, I'm shark bait. But then we also have to take into account the dolphin coefficient, whatever, I don't know, the dolphin Boolean. So if it's true, I can have the swimming speed of the shark as the dolphin attack. Okay, so so we'll just add a little extra ternary in here. We'll say, actually no, we'll do it up here. We'll do it as a separate thing. All right, so dolphin, and now we can just put, we don't have to say if dolphin equals true. We can just say dolphin, because that'll be a truthy or falsy value. So dolphin is already Boolean, so we can just say dolphin, and if dolphin is true, then shark speed is divide equals 2. That should do it, right? That should divide shark speed by 2 and reassign it, I think. We'll see. Else shark speed. And I think also, I could actually, no, I could do this, couldn't I? We'll console log shark speed just to be sure. Because that would do, if dolphin is true, then do that, else don't do anything. Okay. Holy cow. I've been out here, I've been grinding the 8 Qs, man. Yep. So now, essentially, if we're thinking about this the right way, if safety time less than shark time, then alive, else shark bait. I think those are the only 2 options. Hey, Static. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of different types of code exercises and stuff like that out there. The course that we're in is actually mandating that we do Codewars and tracking that we do those. So that's what we've been assigned. So that's why we're working in Codewars. I'm sure there's a lot of other options out there, right? All right. So let's see. Give it a try. Oops. Didn't like that. Okay, that's all right. We'll just do it as a regular ternary. I probably did the syntax wrong. That's all right. So we'll just do it as a regular ternary. Dolphin true. Shark speed that. Else shark speed. But if I return, I don't want to return that. Oh wait, no, I guess maybe I need to do it like this. I guess I need to do I need to do this, don't I? Dolphin, that, and then shark speed just divided by 2. Yeah. And then I can probably just, now I think you've got it. I think you made me think of the right thing there. So that should do it, maybe. We'll try that. Okay, good. So instead I got, oh, and I didn't return. I always forget the returns. I need a channel points thing that you all can trigger for like cheap. That will remind me to do a return. What? Yeah. Somebody play first try. We got it, yo. Are we good? I think we're good. Shark bait. Ooh ha ha. Yeah. I'm proud of us. I am proud of us. Hype. Yeah. Posture check. Oh man, you can, now that I have a webcam, y'all can see me like slouching, and I have really bad posture. I slouch a lot. So, all right. First try. Thanks, indifferent. Yes, we got it. I'm proud of this one, y'all. I don't know about you. I am proud of this one. This was a trip. And I'm sure I didn't need all these variables, but hey, it helped me think through it. So that's the thing, you know, somebody, we're going to click submit and somebody's going to have done this in one line, but that doesn't matter because we got it. Yeah, Edward, I got a webcam because Ryan played 10,000 channel points. Yeah. Yeah, Rascal, done 251 at this point, only 7 of which are 7 Qs. Exactly. I think I've only done 1 or 2 7 Qs. The rest have all been 8 Qs, so I only get 2 points each for those. Posture check redeem that screams at you. All right, so let's attempt it. We just did the test. I'm not going to celebrate too hard. We only did the test, so we'll see. Oh, no! Okay, what do we got here? Oh, I wonder if I need to do a less than or equal here. Let's try that as well. Hey, I felt good there for a minute. Okay, we failed less that time, so that helped. Okay, let's do this. We're going to log... do a console log on shark speed before and after, just to make sure. Okay, make sure our shark speed calculation is working properly. It looks like it is. Good. Okay, so that's the first check. Okay, attack distance, and we're gonna console log some other stuff too. So safety time. This is shark time. All right, we'll return. Closing speed. Oh, okay. Testing for 8 and 80 and 4 and 1 and true. Okay. And oh, it is break time. So we'll think about this one. We'll get it. We're almost there. We passed most of the test cases, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. But let's go ahead and take a break for 5 minutes, and then we'll come back and we'll solve this one. Glorious comeback. Okay. I'll leave this up, but I'll also pull up a timer here. Okay. Okay, we'll start this, and I'll see y'all back here in 5 minutes, okay? And for everybody, I see some folks just joined. We're just taking a break. We like to take a break at the top of every hour, like Leon does, just to be healthy. So I'll see y'all back here very shortly. Oh, yeah. This shirt's pretty rad. I like it so far. I haven't washed it yet, so we'll see how it holds up in the wash. Like I was saying earlier, I used to work in a print shop where we printed digital prints like this, and I feel like the print itself is very nice. It's nice and soft, but it's also very thin. So I think you may want to, if you do get one, turn it inside out and put it in the wash, and on gentle and cool, because I don't know that it would hold up to very warm washing or being washed outside out. Yeah. All right. Whoops, I should probably unmute. Welcome back, everyone. Let's keep cracking away. I think we almost got it. Also, I'm going to turn down my light here. It's a little bright. There we go. I even got one of those crazy, like, fancy ring light things. It wasn't very expensive, but I feel like a fashion blogger. Yep, Codewars is spaced repetition for methods and their uses. Absolutely. That's why I'm not such a huge fan of these questions that are like just math, because I don't feel like I'm like learning anything about JavaScript necessarily. I'm just doing math. But hey, gotta do them. It's all part of the process. Oh, Coder, hey. No worries. Yeah, the cat was on my lap earlier, but I'm sure he'll come back. Yeah. He usually wanders back after a little bit. All right, so we're just figuring out this problem here. It passes the initial tests successfully, but we fall off when we get to the larger test cases. So let's read I'm going to read the instructions again and make sure I haven't missed anything. Okay, let's keep looking at it. All right, so the distance from the shark to me is the shark distance minus the pontoon distance. Nice username, friend. All right, the closing speed is the shark speed minus my speed, so that's how fast the shark is coming toward me, like versus how fast I'm swimming, right? And the time it takes for the shark to get to me is essentially the attack distance divided by the closing speed. Is the shark under the pontoon? Oh yeah, I guess I didn't read it that way. You're right. The shark is under the pond. I guess. Yeah, I thought the shark was behind me. But the distance from the shark to the pontoon is they do give us the distance from the shark to the pontoon. So and the shark distance is greater, so pontoon distance, so we're closer to the pontoon than the shark is. So I guess that's a little bit misleading the way it's written. Yeah, but good point, Edward. I hadn't read it that way. It's a good point. Okay. Yeah, it's very weirdly written. Yeah. Okay. I don't see any obvious mistakes here. I think I'm gonna need to console log where it's not liking my solution. So we'll put some console logs in here. So we'll console log all of this. And it doesn't say anything about like whole numbers or anything. So, okay. Oh, what's that, Ryan? Is there some more information there? Oh. I can't read it because I haven't solved it yet, but... Okay, so, no, that's all right. Pontoon distance is 7, so my distance from the pontoon. The shark distance from the pontoon is 8, so the attack distance should be 1. And my speed is going to be shark speed minus my speed, so oh, so in this case, am I faster than the shark? I guess I am. Okay, so okay, that's good to know. So there's potentially that I could be faster than the shark, in which case I will live. Okay, so I was always taking shark speed minus U speed. Yeah, all right. So I think that's where I'm going wrong. So occasionally I can be faster than a shark, which just doesn't seem right to me, but sure, whatevs. So in that case, yeah, I would live, right? So, but closing speed, so if I'm faster than the shark, then potentially, I want to console log that. I'll console log closing speed. And we'll just do that again. Yeah, so -1. Okay, yep. So closing speed is -1. So attack distance divided by, okay, well, so this still should work though. So all right, let's console log the rest of these. Oops. Safety time and shark time. Oops. I'm sure there's math experts out there that are pulling their hair out right now, but okay, so the closing speed is -1. The safety time is 2.3. Shark time is negative, so I would still expect oh, Mel, I'm glad you got to see them. Good. So yeah, I would still expect that would work because, oh, but wait, safety time. Okay. Yeah, so pontoon distance, which is 7 divided by my speed. So why is safety time? Okay. So that's why it's returning wrong, because they're both speed, shark time. Oh, okay. Safety time is less than or equal shark time. Okay. Yeah, because shark time is -1. So, yep. That's why that's happening. Okay. Yeah, so because occasionally I can be faster than the shark. So I had to walk that through. All right. So that's fine. We got to rethink how we do this. That just does not seem feasible, but sure. Okay. Still going to leave that last console log in there. All right. So attack distance closing speed is going to be, I have a little ternary here. So essentially, if I'm faster than the shark at any point, then that means I'm probably going to make it. But all right, so if shark speed greater than U speed, then shark speed minus my speed. Yeah, it depends on the distance, yeah. Oops. Stop it. Whoa. Ah. Why is it doing that? Fine. Okay, and then I also think I need to think about, so, instruction mean minus u speed, else the other way around. But then that's not going to work. Ah, I hate this. All right. Comment that out for a second. All right. So, and why is safety time now? Oh. Okay. I think I need to rethink about the safety time here, because instead of time, I think I may need to do it as like distance. Any math experts want to help me here? Because I'm floundering. This isn't a JavaScript question. It's a math question. Anyone got ideas? All right, let's do this. Let's come back to it. I'm going to leave it. I'm not skipping it. And I'm not looking, I'm not going to look at the solution. I'm not going to skip it. I'm going to figure it out. But let's go on to another one. I'm going to leave it open. And we'll come back to it after a little bit. Sometimes you just need to marinate on it. Okay, let's do another one. All right. We got another long one here again. All right, so we got trees blossoming. Another math problem. It's all right. Suppose that the falling speed of a petal is 5 centimeters per second, and it takes 80 seconds for the petal to reach the ground. Okay. Oh, okay. This should be much easier. So, write a function that receives the speed of a petal as input and returns the time it takes for that petal to reach the ground from the same branch. Okay. So velocity is constant. Pay attention to the data types. If the initial velocity is non-positive, then the return value should be 0. Okay, so, all right. So the first thing we need to check for, let's look at some of the test cases down here, right? So we can see that sometimes we might be getting in a negative number. So essentially the first check we want to do is say, if V is, I think it probably can be 0, right? So if V is less than 0, then return 0, and then after that we can essentially do the rest of our calculations. So it takes 80 seconds for the petal to reach the ground, and then we just want to return the time, right? So 80, it'll just be return 80 divided by V. That should give us the time, theoretically. Oops, but I can't spell return properly. That would help. Oop, expected 16 to equal 80, okay. Takes 80 seconds. Oh, okay. I thought they were saying 80 was the total time. All right. So takes 5 centimeters per second, and it takes 80 seconds for the petal to reach the ground. Okay, so they're giving us, so that they need us to calculate the distance first. All right, that's fine. Could have just given us the distance, but whatever. All right, so 5 centimeters per second takes 80 seconds, so it's 80 times 5, which is 400, right? But I'll just 80 times 5, right? And then, so that's the distance, and then it'll be divided by V. Right? Hey, there we go. Yeah. So that was a bit of a word problem, that they didn't give us outright the actual distance to the ground. So we had to take the example that they gave us and calculate the distance that way. Let's attempt it. Oh, of course, they're going to pass us infinity at some point. All right. Sure. And if you didn't know, infinity is an actual like value in JavaScript, infinity and negative infinity. They're very like, they behave weirdly though, so you always want to make sure that you're controlling for that kind of thing. So we're gonna just calculate those out. What? Expected infinity to equal 0. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the shirt. Hey, pierogi. B equals infinity. Thank you. I should be able to do a double equal sign for infinity, but okay, fine. Let's do this. Console log V. Okay, we'll attempt this again. Okay. Oh, okay. So I guess it's trying to divide by 0. There we go. So if you guys didn't see that, so we were getting back infinity because it was trying to divide by 0 at one point, and so the result was infinity. Yeah, so I bet if I did this, I bet it would still work. There we go. Yeah, and so basically what they're saying here is if velocity is greater than 0, then return 400, which is the distance from the branch to the ground, 400 divided by velocity, else return 0. Yeah, so that's essentially what we did. We just wrote it out long form. I like to write them out in, the longer form. If I'm for the math heavy problems, I'm just like, I got to write it out longer, otherwise I'm not going to get it. But yeah, that was a good one. Okay, let's get the next one. Parse float. Okay, write a function parse f, which takes an input and returns a number or null if conversion is not possible. Interesting, okay. The input can be one of many types, so be aware. All right, so we've taken an input and returns a number. Okay, so we could do this. We could say we could do is nan. So we could use literally say is nan that, then return that. Or we could, I want to try something here. Well, we're gonna try this. So we're gonna say we're gonna use the unary operator. I don't know if this will work, but let's try it. All right, so we'll do that. So if it can get a number, and so we're going to try to convert it to a number, and we're just going to say is. So if it can't convert it to a number, if what it gets back is not a number, right? Then So if that's not a number, then return null, right? Else return the number. But then it also wants us to return it as a single decimal float, I think. So, well, let's test this first, and then we'll figure out what it wants as far as decimals. Yep. What doesn't it like there? Oh, I think I've got my parentheses misaligned. There we go. Oh, and I got my capitalization wrong. I'm like one of those debug problems, except you got to debug me. Oh, and I've got to return as well. Cheapers. No return. Yeah, Mircal. Yeah. Mircal has got me figured out here. Right? Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I forget the return all the time. I'm like, why didn't it work? Oh yeah, I gotta return the frickin' thing. Yep. Expected 1 to equal null. Okay. Let's console log it. Console log the input. Oops. Console logging in Codewars is really nice because it tells you what's being passed in, so that way you can, Oh, okay, so it's passing. Ah, that's interesting. That is really interesting. So look at this last one here. The one that it failed on right here. So it passed in true. And if you didn't know, true in JavaScript can be converted into 1. And so, yeah. So it treated it as a number, even though in this case we don't want to consider, we want to consider it as true, not a number. Yeah, 1 is true. Yep. And 0 is false, in case you couldn't figure that out. Yeah, so when we run this unary operator on it, it converts it to yeah. So interesting. All right. Yeah, type coercion, exactly. Yeah. So I wonder. I wonder if we just do that. Let's try that. Maybe I went one step too far. So it's still doing that. Dang it. Okay. Stupid true. All right. So but that is cool that it still works without the extra unary operator there. Just yeah. So you're saying parseInt, right? And so I'll need to switch these around. So parseInt, return S, else return null. Try that. Oh, is it lowercase? Yeah, thanks. Oh, and then we'll need to also do this. I'll still use the unary operator over here. Probably just could have said parseInt again, but. And yeah, I'll just do this. Keep things consistent. Okay. Yep. But, oh, I gotta put it to 2, right? So parseInt. Do I have to do parseInt? Will it be parseInt to fixed? Parse float. Ah, yes. I guess that's what the function's called, right? Let's see, parseInt, and then I have to put the, well, let's try it without first. I can't remember if I have to put the number of decimals in there. expected null to equal 0. Okay. So, yeah, that's because we're bringing in a 0. All right, hang on. Yeah, because it didn't like the 0. Okay, so expected null to equal 0. Yeah, because we passed in 0, and so then we return null. But all right, so yeah, I guess we could say if 0, then s equal 0. We could do it that way. S equals 0, then yeah, right. get your edge cases started. Well, because but they didn't pass in null though. That's the thing. They didn't pass in null. It passed in 0 because I console logged it right here. So it passed in 0 and we couldn't parse it. So and the kitty is here too. So if you'd like to see the cat, here he is. For anybody that missed the cat earlier, here he is. This is Bart. He's very noisy and he likes to participate. He's here to help me solve the shark problem. Yeah. Say hi, buddy. Yeah. Say hi. You say hi to them? Yeah. It's a good kitty. Yeah, he's here to stick his tail in my tea. All right. So s is 0, then return 0. Else... Yeah, else, see, parse float, and we're going to want to say parse float s is true, then return parse float. If else, check and see if s is 0, then return 0, else return null. Yeah, we'll try that. Okay. Still there. So now we're into the so yeah. We got a little farther, right? So now it bombed on false because it's treating this one like, yeah, so it's treating like and also so we'll add an extra condition here. So we'll say s is equal to 0. Let's see. Hey, stop, please. All right. Let's see. And s is, and we'll do, and s is, can I do s is not equal to false? Hey, finally. All right. Edge cases, man. Edge cases. That's what gets you. That's what gets you. Those trues and falses, man. And Peach Bunny had a suggestion there. They said, is nan parse float s? Okay, let's try that too. Let's try it. So here, I'll just comment this out and then, oh, kitty, 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 kitty. No, don't knock my tea onto my computer, please. No, please. My cat, I swear. It's all day. do this. Ooh. Nope. So yeah, it still balks at the true false when you hit the true false conditions. Oh, but I guess this would have to be part of the ternary, right? Yeah. Well, we'll look at this, and I'm sure this will be in somebody's solution. So we'll go ahead and just sure, we'll try that. Okay, copying. Let's try this. Turn. Oops. No. There we go. Nope. Doesn't like the double question marks. That's all right. Let's go ahead and submit this. We know this works, right? And then we'll look at the brilliant solutions that that smarter people than me have submitted. Yeah, I've seen those double question marks before, but I haven't ever been able to use them, and I'm not sure, does CodePen accept them? Okay. Yeah, and so I can, so yeah, I see that the is none parse float s. Yep, that's part of the ternary. Yeah. So if parse float s is not a number, then return null, else parse float s. So yeah, that's a nice, very succinct solution. Oh, you've been sitting in a cafe. Okay. Well, safe travel home, Chenpo. Yeah, oh, that's what I've noticed, Rascal, is that there's some of the newer stuff doesn't work in Codewars. It's really interesting. Yeah, so this one was fun. All right, let's go back to the shark one. I saw some cool solutions floating around. If I scroll up a little bit, and we're gonna get this shark one. Because apparently somebody figured it out, so I'm scrolling up. I think Rascal said something, and then somebody else said that it worked, so divide the distance by speed. Yeah, we kind of did that here, so it sounds like I was on the right track. I just missed something. So, right, because I divided the attack distance by the closing speed. So whoever figured it out, if you want to give me a little pointer, that would be much appreciated. All right. This is what I had originally. So because I'm here, I am, you know, dividing the time that it takes for the shark to get to me by the distance that the shark is away from me. So the time, yeah, so the time to safety, which I have here, is the so I must be making a mistake somewhere because I think I'm doing that. So the time to safety is the distance to the pontoon. So me from the pontoon divided by my speed. So that's the time in seconds that it takes me to get from the pontoon, from where I am to the pontoon, right? So that's safety time. And then shark time is the distance from the shark to me, like from the shark to me, divided by the closing speed, which is my speed, or the shark speed minus my speed. It does. It works. So we tested that earlier. We console logged it. So essentially it checks to see if, because dolphin is true or false. And so we did console log that to check it. But I can show you. Console log. We'll confirm. Shark speed. And I'll console log shark speed before and after. You'll see the difference. So yeah, so we can see dolphin is true, and it takes shark speed and divides it by 2 if dolphin is true. Okay, so try setting dolphin to false. Well, we should be able to see a test case where that's the case. Let's see. We'll attempt it here. Oh. Yeah, maybe you're right. Dolphin. Okay, let's do this. Dolphin, question mark. If dolphin is true, then shark speed 2, else shark speed. For that. We'll forget the double and for now. Because, yeah, I see it didn't console log the second shark speed. Yeah. Okay. This can be done in 2 mathematical operations, then returning the correct string based on which is greater. Okay. So compared shark distance divided by shark speed. All right. Let's do that. So let's do shark. Here. Let's narrow this down a little. All right. Shark distance divided by shark speed. Shark speed. And so that's like the closing, right? Closing. So that's from the pontoon. Okay, that's fine. And then so basically we're just checking to see which one is greater, right? So if shark distance divided by shark speed is less than, well, we'll figure it out. We'll see which one works. Pontoon distance divided by pontoon speed. Pontoon distance divided by me speed, right? Yeah. And I put an extra character there. We'll get rid of that. Okay. Okay. So if it's less, so if shark distance divided by shark speed is less than pontoon distance divided by my speed, then I'm dead, right? Oops. We'll figure out if I got it backwards. Oh. For the console logs, I guess. Oh, return. I need channel points. I'm gonna set up a channel points reward for y'all to tell me when I forget the return. I'm gonna set that up after the stream today. Hey! Thanks for the help, math friends. y'all with your math brains. First try, right? Totally got it the first try. Didn't have to spend like 30 minutes on it. That one was fun, but I'm only going to give it a somewhat rating just because it felt like it was way more math than actual practicing JavaScript concepts, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Okay, next one. Oh man, more math. All right. We go get. Okay. So, yeah. But hey, I mean, that's how the cookie crumbles, right? So we're expected to find the coefficients of the quadratic equation of the given true roots. Equation is in the form of this. So ax squared plus bx plus c. Return type is a vector. Ugh. All right. And so essentially, well, it's an array, right? So they pass in two values here, x1, x2, and then essentially what they want us to return is a, b, and c. So 1, -1, 0. So a is always going to be 1. All right. So return 1. Okay. And the roots can be written like that. Oh, this is one you skipped a few days ago. Okay. All right. I'm just getting my tea sorted out here. I'm gonna need to hydrate for this one. Too hard, I know. It's a heck of one, isn't it? Okay. So a is 1. All right, so that means essentially and we're given, but okay, so let's think about this. All right, so the quadratic equation is in the form of, I'm just going to copy and paste it into the thing here. So we know we're going to return 1 something. So, all right, and they give us 2 roots, right? So they give us x1 and x2. So they give us this, and we know a is always going to be 1. So essentially, and they want us to find b and c. Okay, I think this is doable. Because essentially they have eliminated the a, right? They told us that a is going to be 1. So let's plot this out. So let's think about this. So if we rewrite this equation a little bit, it's going to be, they're going to give us x1 in the form of a number, right? So really the only, so it's going to be, this is always going to end up being like a whole number of some kind, like an integer of some kind, right? So, and then they're also giving us x2. So yeah, I think we can do this. And then c is also an unknown. And then they also tell us how we can factor out the roots of the equation. So I just want to make sure I'm understanding. So x1 and x2 in this case. Oh, okay. All right. So they're essentially they're rewriting the equation here. So I want to make sure even what they're giving. I want to make sure I understand what they're giving us here. Oh, okay. So x1. All right. So they give us 1 and 2 here. So x minus 1 times x minus 2 equals 0. And when we do the multiplication, it becomes, all right, becomes that. All right. So I would, if I was doing this on my own, I would be writing it out on paper, but posture check. Oop, thank you. Pulling the shoulders back. There we go. Gonna take a drink. All right. So I'd be writing this out on paper if I was doing this myself, but I'm going to try to type it out. So essentially what they're saying is x minus x1 times x minus x2 is equal to, well, equal, however you want to slice it, that. But they told us already that a is going to be 1. So so ax plus 2 so a is always going to be 1, so it's going to be x squared plus bx plus c. Okay. Yeah, this kata, I know, grumbles. I know, it's a wild one. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I want to stick this out and solve it on stream because I'm hemorrhaging viewers as I do this, just because it sucks so bad, or do I want to just like skip it and find an easier one to do on stream and solve this one later? But I don't know. Okay. So tried for 40 minutes. Oh gosh, good to know what I'm getting into, I guess. All right, so pass those in, and then we get that. Okay, let's find an easier one. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. All right. It's just math. It's not practicing any JavaScript concepts. It's just doing hard math. Oh, in your case, you're tuning in more. Okay, awesome. Well, we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it in a little bit. I want to do a palette cleanser. We just did the hard shark one. Now we got this one. Let's try another one here. Okay. You're creating an escape the room game. The first step is to create a hash table called rooms that contains all the rooms of the game. There should be at least 3 rooms inside of it, each being a hash table with at least 3 properties. Hash table. Okay. Let's see what they want back. Oh, so essentially it's just they want us to create an object, it sounds like. Yeah, var room. So, okay. Name. It doesn't seem to matter what it is, right? So name is, I don't know, room 1. I'm not feeling creative. Name room 1. Description. Oh, and I need to put a comma there. Description. Scary room. I don't think it matters what these are. Yes. So just defining an object here, right? Let's see if this is what they want. Oh. Oh, name is an object? Okay. Oh, thanks, Farzer. Name is the hash table is the name in other languages for a key value relationship. Okay. Yeah, and I kind of like, again, looking at the test cases can kind of help you out here, because the first thing I did is I glanced down here at the test cases and I said, well, it's looking for a type of, like, each room should be an object, right? It's like, that's what it's looking for. So, and I saw keys.length, and so, keys is equal to the object property names, right? So that's what I figured it was asking for an object there. But yeah, good to know. Okay, so what does it want from name? Type of room's name should be, okay, name should be an object. All right, so it wants something like this. I don't know. I should put in there. Thing. Is that what it's looking for? Oh, it wants each one to be an object? Oh, oh, I see what it's asking for. Okay. Ugh, jeepers. All right. So it wants more properties inside of each. Fine. I hope I'm understanding this correctly. Okay, no, this still isn't going to be right. I just want to make sure I'm... Oops. Hang on. Yeah, all right. So... you can contain at least 3 properties per room. Oh, okay. So there's, yeah, all right. So room 1. So like this is room 1, and then it has name, description completed. Okay, I got it. Yeah. So it needs to be nested. I got you. So now I can copy and paste. They're all going to have a value of thing. Room 2. And room 3. And I need another comma there. Okay, let's try that. Hey. Yeah, I could make a constructor, yeah. Hey, say one. There's nothing wrong with that. If all you can do at this moment is try it, which is still a great start, try it, and then, you know, check and see where you went wrong on your answer. There's nothing wrong with that. That it still helps you learn either way. All right, we got it. Go us. Exactly. You're learning. Yeah, that was fun. You don't get a lot of, at the 8Q level, you don't get a lot of object practice. So that was actually kind of nice. Okay, let's go back to this one now. Hack away at it a little bit more. Okay, so essentially, whenever we factor this out, okay. Hey, Pierogi. We did a problem for an easy win, and now we're back at this nightmare problem. You can help if you know the answer, or if you know the best way to solve it. You can help. I don't mind. When it comes to just straight math, like if it comes to like JavaScript concepts, then I like I want to figure it out on my own. But just like straight friggin' algebra, like I don't really care. Yeah, we're trying to rearrange for B and C, but the thing is, we've been given x1 and x2, which relate to the root form of the problem. So. Well, essentially, but that has to do with, so essentially we just need to do the multiplication for that, right? So, let's see. So, you can work with the original equation? All right. Teach me, oh, algebra master. All right, so that's the equation there. And we've been given x1 and x2. But we don't know x. Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know x. So we're given x1 and x2, which are the root form. Yeah, we've been given x1 and x2, which are in the root form, and then we need to multiply to get this final form. Yeah, we're given given x1 and x2, which are these down here. So where I've highlighted, that's the root form of the. It's not this one. It's x2 is not this and this. It's Yeah, so we need to use that lower equation first, yeah. Oh, okay, so is that the... Well, let's try it. All right, so... x squared, where a is 1, so a is 1, right? 1x squared plus 1x. All right, so x 1x plus x2. Okay, yeah, sure. Equals 0. But I don't think that's... But we're not solving for x. We're being asked to return b and c, which are these values here. So I still don't think that's right, unless I'm misunderstanding what you're trying to tell me. Okay, so x minus x1, x squared. So if we multiply it, so if we take the root form, hey, sorry, excuse me, hang on. So if we take the root form and we multiply that out, we essentially get, sorry, my cat is playing with a plastic bag underneath the table and it's kind of loud. All right, here we go. So we get x squared. I'm just writing this out, pseudocode here. So x squared, minus x2 times x. I'm just doing the multiplication of this part down here. So x2 minus x2 times x minus x1 times x times x plus x1 times x2 equals 0. Yes? So if I write that out longhand, that's what it would be, right? I think that's kind of what I'm trying to do, is Jenks, right? Did I do the FOIL? It's been a long time since I've done FOIL. Did I do it right? To get to the coefficients? So in that case, we have 1, right? We were given 1 already. 1 is a given. And then B is B x1 minus x2? Is that right? x1 minus x2 equals B. Oops, negative x1 minus negative x2. And then C is equal to x1 times x2. x1 times x2 equals C. Maybe. Did I get it? Oh my gosh. I'm going to be so happy if I get this right. All right, well, let's check it. Let's just visually, we're not going to attempt anything. Let's just visually check this against some test cases, all right? So we've got our text. That's why I love these test cases. We've got them down here. Okay, so let's look at this. So we've been given A. Now, here we have 1 and 1. So negative x1 minus x2 is negative 2. That's right. And x1 times x2 is 1. Yes. All right. Let's check another one. Here's a good one. So again, we're given A. It's always going to be 1. The next one, negative x1 is 4. Negative x2 is 9. x1, so those two added together is 13. Yes. Bam. 9 times 4 is 36. Yes. Bam. Okay. I think we got it. We got it. The only thing we need to worry about is maybe some edge cases, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So, bam. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Well, that person who said that they skipped this earlier, maybe we want to try the solution together, and that way you can get this one that you skipped. All right, so we're going to return an array with 1, because that was a given. We're going to return an array with 1, and we're going to return negative x1, negative x2 as the second value, and then the third value is x1 times x2. All right, let's get rid of all this. Well, actually, I'm gonna get rid of this, and then I'm gonna comment this other stuff out just for now. I don't want to lose it just yet. Okay. Hey, Max. I think I may have got it. We're gonna try it, okay? What? Algebra can bite me. Right? Jeepers. We go get. That's right. Well, we haven't attempted it yet, so let's do an attempt. They might have some. They like to sneak those edge cases in there. First try. Yeah. Oh. Baller. We go get indeed. I'm gonna hydrate. Algebra seems like the worst way of expressing anything. I can't say I disagree with you. All right, we got it down to a one-liner, y'all. One line. Go us. We're so cool. Baller. All right. Ain't nobody gonna top that. Oh, yeah. We got the top solution. We know algebra. Damn right. Okay. I feel good. I feel good having that off the top of my list, right? Just like you, Max. I feel good having that off the top of my list now. So it's not just sitting there mocking me. Yeah. All right. Hopefully this one looks like maybe strings or something. That might be more interesting. We're going to do like 2 more, and then we're going to be done. There are 32 letters in the Polish alphabet, 9 vowels, and 23 consonants. Your task is to change the letters with diacritics and then print out the string without the use of the Polish letters. Okay. Okay, so getting rid of the diacritics. Okay. Hey, Edward, you got to 800. That's so rad. Nice, man. You're gonna catch me before too long. Okay, so they're gonna be passing in some strings, and okay. And then they just basically want us to replace them. Okay, so I mean, just thinking about this, there's a few different ways we could do it, right? So we could do like a string. We could convert it into an array and do like a slice. We could loop through and do we could do like a replace all. Just over 300 quadratic cheating got me 307. Hey, it's not cheating. We figured it out together, man. Okay. There's a built-in JS. Is it replace all? Farzer? Remove accents. Oh, normalize. Now, okay, I'm going to look that up. String normalize. Oh. No, built-in isn't cheating. No, not at all. You're utilizing what's been given to you by the language, right? Yeah. Oh. Okay, so it's looking at, so it looks at accents. Okay. I see, because so essentially they may look identical, but these are using two different types of characters with different numbers, and so it's checking to see if they're identical. And I see, so what it's doing is it's normalizing. I don't know what NFD is. Normalizing form canonical decomposition. Okay, I don't know what that is, but and we're doing a regular expression to replace it. Okay, I'll try that. Okay. So we're normalizing it based on this particular normalization form. Is there any reason why we wouldn't use NFC? Do you know? And then we're essentially looks like replacing the accent form with the regular form of the letter, if I'm not mistaken. And then the G is what's doing it for all instances, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's a perfectly valid answer. I'm just saying I Googled it and I found that. Hey, no worries. And then we'll just return remove accents. Let's test it. Oh, I'm missing a bracket somewhere. Hang on. Or I have an extra parenthesis. Hang on. No, that's fine. Oh, missing. Oh, because it's in. Yeah, it needs to be inside of a map. Yeah. Okay. Yep. There. Yep, so that's going to be inside of a map, and it's going to be string.map. Like that, right? For item, I'm going to change this a little bit. We're going to do item dot normalize blah 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 blah, and add my extra parenthesis. Yep. And we're going to just do this as a return. And I have to do a string.split though first, right? I think I have to do a string.split. To turn it into an array first. Oops. Yeah. String.split.map. Okay, we'll try that. Still missing thing. And that's after map. Try it there. Oh, extra bracket. That'll do it. Oh, and I gotta join it. Yep. Last thing is join. And we join on that. Okay. Okay, so it didn't catch all of them. It didn't get all the replacements. It's interesting though. It didn't catch everything. Still got the weird L's in there. So it almost got it. We're just missing one of the character types. Okay, let's see. Let's do... No problem. Happy to help, I guess. All right. Let's Google this letter and see what it is. All right. We'll just do L regex. Regex that. Kotlin regex not working for Polish. Okay, cool. So Unicode for that is that. Oh, this is an 8Q, man. This isn't a 5Q. This is an 8Q. No, this is, so my rank is 5Q, but this you can't see behind my webcam, but this is an 8Q. Right? Come on, man. Okay, wait, where was I? All right. So the Unicode is that 0142. Some of these 8Qs feel like 5Q. I know. Especially when there's regex involved. At least in my opinion. Well, and two, like at this point, I've already gone through like over like 2/3 of the, or you know, not quite 2/3 of the available 8Qs, and so now we're getting down to the dregs. No, it's okay. All right, so it's going through that, and how do I add a component into the regex, like an additional? Can I just add an additional like replace, and just with this one specific thing, like this, replace. I'm not too good at regex yet. Replace, and then the Unicode character, and then G. Can I do that? Replace all instances of this particular, and then we replace it with nothing. So just targeting that specific L character. Yeah, let's try that. So basically what I did there is I just Googled that particular, this one L that we didn't catch. I Googled the Unicode representation, and we're just adding that in there as an additional chain method. Okay. Oh, I need to replace it with an actual. I need to replace it, instead of deleting it, I need to replace it with an actual L. I don't know. Hey, I don't know regex either. It's okay. And I'm actually employed as a developer. I don't know no regex. Hey, not perfect, but it works. Somebody, and you watch, we're going to submit this, and somebody's going to have the exact, like, 3-character regex string that can handle all these cases. But that's okay. Yay, we got it. Regex. So I'll be real with you. If I was doing this myself, like just on my own time, what I probably would have done is done like just a like dump these into like an object or something, or like an array. Well, probably an object. And then just done a like cycle through each letter in the string, and then see if it's, see if it belongs, see if it exists in the object, and then do a replace on the object property. Yeah, Rascal says, yeah, you went with an object too. Yeah, if I was doing this on my own time, that's probably what I would do, just because I wouldn't want to figure out the regex. But this was fun. I'm slowly learning more regex as I go. Yeah. Ah, check it. See, the top solution uses an object. Not to say that regex is bad in this case. Yeah, most folks are doing it with an object. But they are doing, so this one did it both. Okay, so they did a replace here. Use regex to look for, so essentially what they did is they used regex to search the string for the particular character, and then did a match on the dictionary object. Well, that's fun. I like that. Yeah. Okay. I'll give it a somewhat. That was a little rough, but for an 8Q, I would say that's a little rough for an 8Q. All right. ASCII value. Okay. Oh. Get the ASCII value of a character. Okay. This is the kind of thing I would just be like, JS get ASCII value. And I would go to Stack Overflow and get the answer that way. Yeah, car code. I was thinking there was like a car code function or built-in method that we could use. So car code at, so yeah, essentially we just take in the string and we say car code at, or taking the character and say car code at index 0. So C dot, because I think I'd actually used this before. Car code at 0. Right as it says in the tin, I know. Yeah. I was thinking there was something built in for that. No sweat. Submit. Yay. That's fun. It's good to know that built-in stuff. Oh, I already closed it. Hang on. Car code, car code. Oh, nice. What? I love those bonkers solutions. Holy cripes on a cracker. Did they do every single ASCII value? What? They did every single ASCII value. They must have done this in like some kind of generator or something like that. What they probably did is they probably grabbed the full ASCII table, dumped it into Excel, and like did a formula to get the proper format. But still, either way, fair play to them. Not like there's anything built in that could do it. I love how 13 people rated it as best practice. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. That was worth looking at. All right. They were bored. Who knows? All right, we'll do like 2 more. Okay. So this is one of the 2 and we'll be done. Okay. Trust no code, not even built-in code. You and a friend have decided to play a game to drill your statistical intuitions. The game works like this. You have a bunch of red and blue marbles. To start the game, okay, so it's like a classic probability problem, looks like. You grab a handful of marbles of each color and put them into the bag, keeping track of how many of each color go in. You take turns reaching into the bag, guessing a color, and then pulling one marble out. You get a point if you guessed correctly. You have 3 seconds to make your guess. I don't know why that matters. You decide to write a function guess blue to help automatically calculate whether you should guess blue or red. Okay. The number of blue marbles you put in the bag to start. The number of red marbles you put in the bag to start. Number of blue marbles pulled out so far. Always lower than the starting number of blue marbles. Okay. Number of red marbles pulled out so far. Always lower than... Okay, so guess blue should return the probability of drawing a blue marble expressed as a float. For example, guess blue 5523 should return 6. Okay, 0.6. All right, so 0.6 is 2/3, right? So, ish. So if they pass in 5 and 5, blue pulled, so 5 minus 2 is 3, and okay. Yeah. It sounds like the shark thing. I don't think this is one's going to be quite as bad. So, all right. So let's just define some variables here. Let total marbles. So at the time of the draw, total marbles is going to be essentially blue start plus red start plus red start minus blue pulled minus red pulled. Almost has as many parameters as shark. I love how you can just put the shark emoji and we just know, like, the infamous shark problem. Yeah. And so essentially the probability of pulling a blue at the time of the draw is going to be blue start minus blue pulled divided by total, right? Blue start minus, oops, stop it. I hate it when it does that. Divided by total marbles. We'll try that. It's not like I was a stats major or anything. I don't remember anything. Oh, return. Return! Hey! There we go. Yay! Go us. I'm glad I remember some basic statistics considering I was a stats major. Stats major, hate math. It all works together, right? It all works out in the end. Cool. But yeah, do you understand why that works? I mean, it's essentially we just need to figure out the state of the bag at the time of the draw, right? So in order to do that, we just need to figure out the total number of marbles and how many blue marbles are left for us to draw. So not bad. Yep. So that's essentially what they did here. I don't think it's possible to have a more efficient way to do it. Yeah. That one wasn't, that's not shark worthy. That's not shark level. Okay. Reagent formula. This one might be interesting. Invent some new math. Yeah, I mean, yeah, to make it shorter, Pierogi, you're right. We could have reduced the length of the parameters to make them less wordy. Okay. Now we will confect a reagent. Ooh, I sound smart already. There are 8 materials to choose from, number 1, 2, and 8, respectively. We know the rules of confect. Ooh, anybody a chemistry major? What does confect mean? Does it mean just build or create or what? Or mix? What does confect mean? Material 1 and material 2 cannot be selected at the same time. Material 3 and material 4 cannot be selected at the same time. Material 5 and material 6 must be selected at the same time. Material 7 or material 8 must be selected, at least one or both. It's a wonka term. You're given an integer array formula. Array contains only digits 1 through 8 that represent the materials 1 through 8. Your task is to determine if the formula is valid. Oh, this is a fun one. Yeah, I like this. Returns true if it's valid, false otherwise. Okay, so let's look at some test cases here. So 1, 3, and 7. All right, so it said, let's see, material 7 or material 8 must be selected, at least one or both. Okay. Yeah, almost 100% for pure logic, right? Yeah. Okay, so in all of these, we can see that 7 or 8 are present in all the test cases. Let's just look at Y. For example, Y is number 2. Why is that one false? So 7 is in there, so it meets that last case. 5 and 6 must be selected. Well, neither 5 nor 6 are selected, so it passes that case as well. Material 3 and material 4 cannot be selected at the same time. Well, it passes that case as well. And material 1, okay, so material 1 and 2 are both present, so yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, Max. Confect, to put together by combining materials, yeah. Because I was thinking, I was thinking about it in terms of candy, right? Because you think of like confectionery and stuff like that. Interesting. Okay, so it's really just like a logic statement, like Rascal was saying. So thinking about the most efficient way to write this. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's just write it out long form first, and then we can think about how to combine it down. This could, no, let's just write it out. All right, not going to get too crazy. So essentially, I think we're going to need like, we're going to need to search the array for certain values, right? So searching in array, let's go down here and let's look at array. So essentially, we're going to want array.includes, right? So array.includes for each case. Get crazy user regex? Nah. So array.includes, we're going to want to check for if array.includes, so let's just do each case in order. So if array.includes 1 and array.includes 2, because those two can't be selected at the same time, then we'll want to return false. Else if material 3, or also, okay, we can do a little bit of combining here. We can say if array.includes 1 and array.includes 2, we'll put a parentheses around that. Or same thing for 3 and 4, right? Return false. Material 5 and material 6 must be selected at the same time. Okay. So material 5, and so And so we'll do this. We'll do select at the same time. Let's see, how can we do that? How can we negate this? So we'll say essentially we want to say this. We want to say 5 and 6, so 5 and 6. So we'll just do a not here. Boop, 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 boop. Else if not includes both, then return false. All right. And material 7 or material 8 must be selected. Yeah, well, so it's, so, and so we can essentially say, like, if it doesn't include them both. And I said, actually, wait, hang on. So, yeah, so it's either both or none. So this may cause us problems, but we'll try it this way, and then I think I'm gonna have to add an additional check there. But material 7 or material 8 must be selected. So this will be an or statement. So and again can be a not. So if oops, not, then return false for that, else true. I think I'm still missing a case on 5 and 6 though. Use machine learning. Wondering about the connection between infect and confect. Yeah. The root fect means make or do. Yeah, thinking about the roots of words, that really interests me as well. Okay, so I don't think this is going to hit all the cases. It's going to get some of them, but not all of them. So I'm not expecting to get this right. Oh. Formula, not array. That'll teach me to pay attention to my parameters. There, fix that. Gotta fix all these now. Return math random less than 0.05. It'll work eventually. Yeah, okay, so it failed at least one of those. I figured it would, because we don't have 5 and 6 right quite just yet. So 5 and 6 must be selected at the same time, and I assume it's implied there that if it doesn't contain 5 or 6, then that's okay as well. So we could say if not, formula includes 5. Okay. Do this. So if formula includes 5 and formula doesn't include 6, or formula includes 6 and doesn't include 5. With proper parentheses around so it doesn't screw it up. Okay, let's try again. Expect to false. Okay, let's console log this. Okay, so 137. Oh, I have a mistake in the first line there. So, and let's see. Material 3 and material 4 can't be selected at the same time. That's why. That's what happened. Ooh. Okay, so still can't get past that one. So, oh, and I don't have the right parentheses. Also, I'm missing parentheses. That's the second problem. Okay. Still doesn't like that one. If formula includes 1 and formula includes 2, so it has to include both of these. Or formula includes 3 and 4, return false. And I think I have this enclosed properly. So it looks like it's hitting that. Okay, so it should be right, but let's see if it's console logging that. Console log. Let's see if it's hitting that and stopping there. Hit 1. All right, let's see if that's where it's getting hung up. Nope. Okay, so it's passing that. So that's working properly. All right. So we'll just see where it's getting hung up. Hit 2. And console log hit 3 for the third one. Okay, so it's getting hung up on 3. That's fine. All right, so material 5 and material 6. Oh, obvious typo. Cripes on a cracker. There, that did it. Yeah, I just had a typo. That happens a lot. I'm going to leave my console logs in there. Yay! We got it. Get rid of these console logs before I submit. Okay, and attempt again. Yeah. Okay. What do you want to bet somebody did it in one line? I know one-liners. Oh, thanks, Lulu. Yeah. Okay, so they essentially said, interesting. So theirs is kind of a one-liner, except it's very logically convoluted. I'm not gonna try too hard to parse that one. Oh, interesting. So I've never used like cannot. I've never used or must. I've never used these. Oh, I see. So okay, so I see that they declared these up here. So they made little functions. They made little functions that essentially mimic the requirements. That's kind of cool. That's a neat way to do it. Declare your little functions and then I kind of like that, actually. Yeah, this one was fun. Pure logic puzzle. Okay, I think we're going to wrap it up. It's almost It's almost bedtime for me, so gotta stay healthy, right? Especially since we're on break this week. But that was pretty good. We did, yeah, we did. Let's see, 13, and some of those were really hard. So we got quite a few done. So go us. Yeah, we got quite a few Code Wars done, and so I am thinking that my dream of finishing all 8 queues by the end of the week is still alive. I think I can do it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling pretty good. So I think I'm going to be able to finish every single 8 queue by the end of the week. By Sunday evening, I will keep an eye on my Twitter, because I'll post if I manage to accomplish that feat. I'll probably be pretty excited on the Sunday stream. Maybe I'll save the last few for the Sunday stream. Hey, no problem. If you want, follow me on Twitter. My Twitter information, I just popped it into the chat there. So my next scheduled stream is on Sunday. I may be moving it up to be closer to, office hours. So keep an eye on my Twitter for any schedule changes. I think I'm also going to be moving the Wednesday streams to be sooner. To be earlier as well, just because they tend to run pretty late for me. So I'll probably be moving those up earlier in the day. So yeah, keep an eye on my Twitter for schedule changes. I'll also update my Twitch schedule on my Twitch channel if and when I do make those changes. So yeah, it was great to see you all today, and I look forward to seeing you again in a few more days. Yeah, no problem. And who knows, I might decide I want to do some impromptu streams before Sunday, but we'll see how things go. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, and let's do a raid. Sorry. Let's do a raid before y'all drop off. Just let's make somebody's evening, huh? So I'm going to pull somebody up. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions on who we should raid. Needs to be someone safe for work, obviously, but and preferably somebody who's like dev adjacent, right? Twitch. Okay, let's get a raid going. All right, so I see oh, Lee 1097. Sure. They're from 100 Devs. Okay. Lee 1097. All right, I've got them. Okay, I'm getting the raid set up now. Okie dokie, here we go. See you soon.